Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another episode, and this episode is called Money versus Time and Regrets.
Yeah, so I thought that this was a great podcast episode, considering the time of life that you and I are in, the fact that you're sitting there in Florida and I'm sitting here in Arizona in a condo, so that I could be with my mom and help her recover from the episode she had on Thanksgiving. We talk about money a lot, right? Mm-hmm. That's like a big passion of ours, is having a high quality of life, being able to take care of your family, being able to provide for your team and the people that are helping you build and helping you serve your clients and customers and their communities, and giving back to things. There's just some great and deep passion that you and I have around that. And so it could seem or appear to people that we're always chasing money, and we're not chasing money. We're chasing what money provides. And that is that quality of life, the ability to take care of the people we want to take care of and to give back to the people that we want to give to. But sometimes when things like this happen, where you have a scare in the family, you start to think about, other things. We've been, for many years, been kind of chasing this dream that we had. And, it's come to fruition, right? Our hard work has paid off, and it's been, blood, sweat, and tears, right? And for me, a lot of tears. But then
Tears here too.
When something happens, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that I'm still here, right? To be able to spend some time, and even more so grateful that I'm here with the ability to have some of that money that we've worked so hard for the purpose in which we were envisioning, and to be able to come and say, hey, I've got that. I can take care of that. Hey, let me take care of this. Hey, let me do this. Hey, let me do this. And suddenly you're like, man, all that hard work paid off. And the excitement and the celebration that comes from that is thrilling. But there's the other side of the coin of, is there anything that you regretted beforehand? And did you work so hard that if something catastrophic would have happened, there would have been some serious regrets? And we've talked about work-life balance and how that's just a funny saying. Everybody's work-life balance is different. I love to work. Please don't make me sit around and do nothing for 6 hours a day or whatever it is. I want to be doing things because I have such great passion around giving back, and I want to chase achievement, if you will, because that achievement produces, the things that we want in order to give back. So I thought it was really important to kind of talk about, because it's really hard in life to figure out how to chase your dreams and chase your passions and your vision, and also equally give back and be there, quality time with your family and with your loved ones or your spouse or your kids. There's one thing before I let you kind of take over and give some of your insights, Flip, is there is a book that I don't remember what the title is, but I've shared it on Facebook, and I'm going to have to find it. But it talks about like town meetings. It talks about with your kids as a parent, that you give them days, like, right? You always have like these times in which you spend one full day with one of your kids and another full day with another one of your kids, and you're asking them, what would you like to do with me? It's your and my day. And then they get so excited and they plan out the day, and it's just like a date with dad or a date with mom or whatever it is. And it's only one parent. It's not even both parents. And they go out and do their thing. And it's this entire book about raising your children and ensuring that you're giving the quality of life and time that you want to give, instead of continually pushing it off, right? And saying, I will, I just got to get to this next level of business. I just need to be able to cover this and not be so stressed out. In life, surprises happen, and you don't want the regret of a surprise happening before you took the time to prioritize the people that are most important. And I think that's the biggest key takeaway of this experience and just life itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as we were building these companies, because we went through different phases. We were musicians, and then then we were working on cruise ships, and that was a different phase of our lives. And that was, back then it was, if anything happened, we were wherever we needed to be. And then once we started building the real estate, that's when we kind of put the blinders on, and we went full on, because we knew what we were going for, we knew what we were going to do. Now we didn't say no to anything. Like for example, the first time your mom went into the hospital, that was 8 years ago. And that was right in the thick of us just getting everything started into real estate, getting things developed. But we still said, nope, you go. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Were we successful? No. Did we have everything we wanted? No. Was that important? Yes. Go.
Yes.
And so it's never been for you and I. It didn't matter. We would always make sure that we were doing the right thing. Mm-hmm. We made the joke before we recorded this about the saying money can't buy happiness, and the only people that say that are the people that don't have money. We joked about that, but one of the things that we talked about last week before you flew to Arizona was just the news of your mom going into the hospital, that just hit us. And just like within 2 hours of you getting that information, we're just like, why don't you just fly back to Arizona? We'll get a condo for the month. We'll get you a rental car. We'll get you set up. That way you can just go take care of your mom. And there wasn't any, I need to do this, and we need to make sure this is taken care of, and we need to do this. There was, you go do this. We got this.
Yes.
We'll figure everything else out. And so because there's no replay. Mm-hmm. There's no replay on any of that. And it's not something that, well, she'll be fine. I just need to make some more money. Mm-hmm. Never had that mindset and ever, whether we had money or not. And so it was very, very empowering to be able to just say, just fly to Arizona. We got you.
That's right. Yeah. And I've just been so grateful just to be able to be here. As tough as it is to balance work and personal life at the same time, I wouldn't take this back. It's nice to be here. It's nice to be able to help. It's nice to be able to provide. And work will still be there in January if I can't get my projects done. Right. I'm still I'm still a very ambitious person, as most people know, if you know me. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to try and get a lot accomplished in December, because I had a lot of plans for December. So I'm going to continue to figure out my schedule and figure out how to fit it all in. But ultimately, it's more important to be here and to be with family. So it is finding that balance for you and yourself, and making sure that you're not so hardcore chasing what you see for your future. That's important. And congratulations to you for taking steps and to be ambitious about chasing your future, because not a lot of people will do that. But you do need to take time, out and prioritize some days and hours and just moments, for family, so that they know that they're important too, and they don't find out later in life after, years and years go by when they wanted more quality time with you, or you wanted more quality time with them, and you miss, important parts of that time that you can have together. So I think it's an important topic that we always continue to talk about and always continue to pursue, trying to find that balance, and everybody's balance is a little different.
I love it. Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. Make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join the Investor Club. We've got a lot of stuff going on at the end of this year. Make sure you're checking us out on all the social media stuff, and we're everywhere. So make sure you check us out. But make sure you get a part of that Investor Club, because, again, there's a lot of stuff we can't talk to you about until you're a part of that Investor Club. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest Smart.
Live happy. Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.